So we're kicking off with our sheet pan veggies, and I've got a stalk of Brussels sprouts that I'm going to take off the stalk and slice in half, and this will go alongside cauliflower and broccoli that I'll lightly season with just some all-purpose seasoning. And on another tray, I have some cut up zucchini and some pumpkin tofu made from pumpkin seeds that I've lightly seasoned. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bake this for a little while, and then when it's almost done, I'm going to pour a sauce over it to make it kind of a sticky, flavorful kind of Asian sauce that I can use for different varieties in Buddha bowls throughout the week, salads, and it's just really delicious. This broccoli and cheese casserole was a huge hit in the house. It was my first time making this using some ingredients I don't typically use. I start by boiling a whole grain pasta, as you can see here, and I just cook it according to package instructions, except for I take it off the stove about 2 or 3 minutes early because we're going to end up baking it and I don't want mushy pasta. While the water's boiling, I'm making a kind of a roux that's going to turn into like a cream of cheese sauce. So I have some flour, I'm toasting some onion and garlic and some veggie broth, and I'm going to keep adding that in with the flour till I get it thick. And as it gets thick, to cook the flour, I'm going to start adding in some vegetable broth and some seasonings, and then I just keep tasting to adjust the seasonings to my preference. Once it gets to a good consistency that I like, then I add in some nutritional yeast and some non-dairy cheese pack that's from Naija. Just wanted to try it out. That's why I made this recipe, just to give that a taste. And I mix that up. This is all while the noodles are boiling. And I just keep mixing until I get to the consistency and flavor I like. And then once everything is prepared, I pour it all into a pan, a casserole dish, and I bake it in the oven. I'll do a separate video on how to make this. I just did like a test recipe here, but I'll do it so you all can see it. And these are the noodles that are undercooked because we're going to bake it. This is the cheese sauce, the Naija cheese sauce. I've added some carrots and I added in some broccoli that I have trimmed, some broccoli florets, and put it all together. And guys, it is so delicious, so delicious. I'll be doing a separate video on this. About 10 minutes before the vegetables are done cooking in the oven, I prepared this quick marinade that I tossed on the vegetables to keep them from drying out in the oven and add such additional flavor. Now that the pasta has cooled in a Pyrex pan, I add in the vegetables and the sauce and give it a good mix. And then I chose to layer it with some panko breadcrumbs and some dairy-free Parmesan cheese, and then I baked in the oven for about 20-ish minutes until the top was golden brown. This freezes really well, so what I learned with making this dish is that this is something I can freeze, and so if it's a night that I didn't prepare food, that we can go ahead and just throw this in the oven rather than going out and getting something to eat. It is delicious, guys, and a taste test is coming up at the end of the video if you want to check it out. Now everything is done. Look at these deliciously cooked vegetables from the oven, from our sheet pan veggie meal. It's so easy to throw together in a bowl. You can add avocado and onion, and you can serve over rice or over salad. We have our sweet potatoes and roasted chickpeas that when they come out the oven is, oh my gosh, delicious. You season them with whatever your favorite seasoning is, and then you have them for the week. It's so easy to do salads, bowls, whatever you like, sandwiches, wraps. It's so easy just to throw them in there because they're already prepared, they're seasoned so well, and you just have so many options for the week just doing various batch prepping. My husband doesn't like to eat the same thing night after night, so I have to have a variety, and so doing this type of batch prep really helps out a lot. Now we're transitioning to making the lentil chorizo chili. It's super simple. This is a chorizo I made, but you can make your own chorizo just with some bell pepper and onion, and I'll do a separate video on this and then really break it down, but it's pretty simple. Once you just throw everything into a pot, you let it boil for about 25-30 minutes, and so lentils can fully cook with these fire roasted tomatoes, and I threw in some jackfruit as well. and just let it cook. And this very, very simple. At the end, you just season to taste to your liking, and then you have awesome meals for the week, guys. This is so great. I have always fresh kale and collard greens every week, so I just take the kale, I trim it and chop it up, and I put it in containers with a paper towel to wick the moisture so that it doesn't kind of get slimy on us. This is just a chili cooking here. Again, it's very straightforward. It's a one pot meal. Just throw everything in a pot, let it cook, and it's really good to go. Adjust the seasonings as you go along. I really think you all will like it. It was a huge hit in the house. You can serve it over potatoes, over rice, over salad. When it was finished cooking, I added in a can of beans just to give it some more body, and that was great. I just threw this on the side. My husband likes those meatless sausages, so you can chop those and put those over salads as well. And now you can kind of get a look at everything that's prepared. This is about 2 hours of everything, just baking and cooking. It was super simple. It's so delicious, and you don't have to worry about anything for the whole week, and you know you're getting wholesome meals that are very, very flavorful. So I hope you all give it a shot. Now this was already broken into, but you're gonna see the taste test here in a second. Here we go, guys.
Really good stuff. Love cheese sauce.
The cheese sauce.
This won't last.
Slow down.